So excited to be bringing you the next stop on the DCL Women's Cup here at the Drone Champions League, the first ever Women's Cup where everybody who identifies as a woman is eligible to take part in the draft, to get picked by our World Championship teams and feature in the DCL Women's Cup. Any of the women you're about to see could race in the World Championship Series as well, and I hope very strongly, and I've got a suspicion that some of these are going to start making it on the starting rosters in the World Championship as well as in the DCL Women's Cup. We did this for the first time back in Prop Town with 7 women pilots. When we did that, let's show you who picked up the lion's share of the points. It was Raiden Racing, who across the 4 heats that we raced picked up more points than everybody else, and that turns into 250 points. Now this is a separate standings from the World Championship. The amount of points you get is the same, but it's a totally different cup. We are going to have 4 big heats now. 4 solo heats, as we call them in the Women's Cup. It's a little bit different. All 7 teams are going to compete on track at the same time, but with only 1 pilot from each. Let's show you the 7 pilots who are going to be racing in the DCL Women's Cup with 4 laps. And the mistakes we've seen on these tracks today, there's more chance for mistakes to happen, obviously, when you're racing more laps of them, and you've got a chance to make up for it with 4 laps, yeah? If you crash, if you get hit on something, you've got more chance to make that up. But let's go racing with the DCL Women's Cup. We're live and making our way through the nighttime sky here with Evan Desautels moving up through the field into the lead. Julie Cullen for X-Blades in second, then it's Labeba, Leslie Camarena in third. Rue dropping down from 4th to 5th for Quad Force 1. Ksenia Mazina, known as Hologram Racing for Drone Sports. She's currently in 4th, a second behind Labeba. Laura Vaneka, that's Pretty Fly FPV. She's in 6th for China Dragons. And Siyun Park, who did brilliant racing after the first couple of races had happened last time in Prop Town. She was in 7th, she's just moved up into 6th, but it's currently Evan Desautels for Raiden, who's in the lead. We're on board with Susan Smith. A lot of support in the chat for Rue from many of you who are fans of hers, and also from the other Quad Force 1 teammates coming in and willing her on as well. Siyun Park is behind Rue, but only just as we're seeing Siyun's view of it. Coming up onto the second lap now. She'll make her way through the Red Gate Tunnel with Evan Desautels still out in the lead and pulled quite a long way ahead of Julie Cullen, July FPV. Labeba in 3rd for SDT. Is looking like a good performance from her so far. Then Siyun Park down in 4th as we see here. She's got 3 seconds between her and Leslie. But up the front, here's Evan Desautels, who's on the 3rd lap. Going through Breitling in, having a bit of a problem there, which is going to give Julie Cullen the chance to catch her and take the lead. That is absolutely exciting stuff. I'm glad we got a chance to see that. Evan Desautels making a rare mistake, which means through the iconic hairpin comes July into the lead of this now. The focus is true on her as well. She'll come up over the castle, heading towards the DCL ladder here. Desautels is only 0.02 of a second behind her. Here's Silence Fury's managed to catch her. They're into the finish gates. We'll confirm the results. Siyun Park comes in 4th, still going around. Rue, Susan Smith is in 5th, and then Pretty Fly comes in 6th, and Ksenia Mazina will complete it now. The win is Julie Cullen's in her first race of the DCL. She just pips Evan Desautels by 0.03.
Oh, wow. What a debut by Julie Cullen,
wow.
The new pilot from X-Blades. A big battle up until the very last corner, where Julie Cullen was able to secure the victory here.
Evan Desautels won every race we did in Prop Town. She had that one in her hands, I feel, Martijn, until that crash just before the end. July never gave up, got her when it counted. We race again. Can Julie make it 2 from 2 on her debut? Evan Desautels followed by Julie, then Labeba, Leslie Camarena for SDT, 3rd again, but moved up just past Julie up into 2nd. Siyun Park, Ksenia Mazina and Susan Smith fighting out for 5th and 6th, and Pretty Fly FPV. Laura Vaneka is currently at the back. On board with July, who's got Labeba right in front of her and a little bit way ahead of them. Evan Desautels, who seems to get off to a very good start. That's unfortunate for July. She's hit the ladder, which means she's gone from a fight for 2nd and 3rd to 6th, going up to 5th, and down to 7th. It's going from bad to worse for July after that win. She's now putting everything back together again, but another hit has got from bad to worse. Sadly, a lot of crashes for July is going to send her way behind. Up front, it's Evan Desautels with 2 seconds clear between her and Leslie. Can Leslie get the first win in the Women's Cup for herself at SDT? With the first win for SDT in 2021 as well. Susan Smith through here, down in 5th at the moment as she's making her way through the tunnel, through the Breitling gate and chasing Ksenia Messina hard, who's only 0.2 of a second in front of her. Into the iconic hairpin they go. Reutte takes a much more direct route across it, but not so much speed, which meant she just dipped into the lead and Ksenia took it back from her, but Evan Desautels extends that lead. Leslie's drops further behind. Lara Vaneca fighting with Ksenia and Susan at different layers of the ladder there. Rue and Hologram coming through the tunnels. Hologram moving up alongside Rue and hitting the Breitling gate. So Susan Smith is going to move a little bit further away. Ian Park chasing Leslie for 2nd and 3rd. Leslie comes up over the top of the castle, still 6 seconds behind our current leader, Evan Desautels, through the ladder, and Evan Desautels has won it. Silent is in, and Ian Park may have just taken it from LeBeba at the death. Evan Desautels looks like the only person who can really stop Evan Desautels is Evan Desautels.
It does look like that, yeah. Yeah, if you know the base speed that she flies at, the speed that she feels comfortable at, it's the fastest out of all of the pilots.
So Evan now moves up into the lead. Julie Cullen, as you mentioned, she got 4 out of the first race, and after being at the back, moved up to 4th place, so picked up 1 point from that one, which is really important for her, as that's keeping her in 2nd. All the drones out of the blocks here and weaving their way around the walls. You know what this is. This is the different challenge. That is Siege. Julie Cullen hit the wall on the way up and has gone to the back, but now we're making our way towards the deadly Siege ladder. Let's see how we can get through this. Ian Park doesn't get through it on the approach. July is making their way around just behind Ian Park in 5th. Evan currently in the lead. Rue up in 2nd. Maybe this one is technical twisting track is much more her cup of tea. Yes, tea, not coffee, making another appearance. We'll come back through the Breitling gate and making their way through the walls on board with July, who's moved up into 4th again. Rue, Susan Smith there, the blue drone for Quad Force 1, currently in 3rd. LeBeba up into 2nd, and Evan Desautels is not too far ahead. Susan Smith has hit part of the Siege ladder. Leslie might come in with one of her best results if she can get 2nd here. Evan Desautels has managed to pull out a 7-6 second lead. Again, it's pretty much flawless from Silent. Rue goes over the top of the Breitling gate, bombs through the castle, hits one wall, hits another one, goes backwards a little bit. That's going to cost her a little bit of time, which means Julie Cullen can catch her and moves up from 4th into 3rd. Leslie is really close to Evan now. Maybe we can get a chance to see Leslie Camarena's view in 2nd, as she is not too far behind Evan Desautels. July here is in 3rd, a couple of seconds behind Leslie. Not so much at all, she's caught her. Leslie slipped on Evans. July has moved up. It's a fight between these two pilots for 2nd and 3rd. Evan Desautels, so many seconds ahead, she's not in anybody's view. July gets a good look at the sky because she clipped something on the way, which means Leslie has got away from her. Here's Silent's view, streaming around the wall. Let's take a look at how well she does with the ladders while we watch Leslie trying to find her way in. That's let Ian Park past her. Meanwhile, nice and clean for Evan Desautels, no issues at all. I don't know if she's getting any support from her teammates letting her know how cleanly this race is going for it. She's in to the Red Bull finish gate. Silent gets another win. Leslie in green for STT, who was only a second behind her at times, ends up not too far behind. Julie nearly pips her, but it's Leslie coming in 2nd. July gets 3rd, and Susan Smith, a better result for her, coming in 4th and getting a point. We'll bring you the result of that one in a moment. So Evan Desautels picks up another 4 points out of that one. Leslie moving up into 3rd place. This is a great showing for STT Eurofly Tech. She's tied with Julie on 7 points each. 4 laps, Martijn. This is one you've got to not let get to you if you make any mistakes early on. There's more likelihood of mistakes on this one, aren't there?
Oh yes, yeah. There's so much room for error.
Raiden in the chat supporting Silence. Oh, you know Ellie is supporting her as well. And Evan Desautels gets out of the blocks and moves. Ksenia Messina goes right when she should have gone left and goes to the back when she wants to be at the front. We're on board with Ian Park, right in the middle of our field here. Leslie just in front of her in green. It's Julie in blue. Desautels 2-3 seconds ahead, and now Ian Park's moved up into 2nd as everybody else around her had some mistakes. So Siyun moves fast, nice and direct through there, doubles back through Breitling and has left everybody else behind. They clearly have had a lot of issues on the siege gate, which means she's got second place all to herself at the moment and is trying to move up on Evan Desautels. Cullen, down in fourth at the moment, has dropped quite a lot of time. That siege ladder has just split the teams. Let's see what July can do. We saw her hit it on the way up on the last lap, but now she's got it down. Look at that, that's good. And then it's quite wide going through the top of that, which is going to lose her a bit of time, but it's much more direct on the way down. That's good flying from July. Susan Smith, Rue for Quad Force 1 is just over there going through the Breitling gate as July just starts her approach on it. So she'll see her and she'll fancy moving up, and there's only 2 seconds between them. At that gap can change quite a lot over 4 laps. Meanwhile, CM Park is well ahead of Susan Smith in second, and Evan Desautels is just out on her own in Austria in the lead at the moment. July, little bit tighter on the way through the top of the lungs, but a little bit more hesitant on the last section of it, which means Susan Smith is still up in third. She's not really making any difference to the gap between her and CN Park. Meanwhile, Leslie has gone just out of the picture here and is just over a minute behind now. Terrible luck for her. She's hit something and hit it hard. In fact, her drone is down, I think. She doesn't seem to be moving that at all. Ksenia in sixth. Here's Evan going in for yet another race win and a DCL Women's Cup win. Evan Desautels getting another big win for Raiden Racing. Egging on the rest of the team. I know Modig and others are in the chat cheering for Silent. They're going to now go into this going, right, yeah, let's win the big final today as well. Look at that, Evan Desautels. She got 16 out of 16 in Proctown. It's 15 today. Our champion for today's DCL Women's Cup of Reutte in Austria is Evan Desautels again.